Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Spirit of Justice. So it turns out our anonymous tipper that told Emma about the incident turned out to be politician Whitmerson, but no surprises there. It was pretty obvious at this point that it probably would have been him. And this guy is getting more and more suspicious in my opinion. So, let's continue on to the trial. What? You don't say.
So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen. Quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right?
Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest.
What a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. Oops. I'm gonna just keep doing this, aren't I?
Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice. Wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body?
Oh, you mean Mr. Rebel? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Wait, that means...
Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rebel fleeing the scene of a heinous murder.
Ah!
And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rebel looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragons threatened the Doctor with bodily harm. And now that they've killed him, the so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void.
Ah! Sorry, I did not see that coming. I did not see he was gonna scream again, my bad. That was so bad. I'm so sorry that you had to hear that. Apollo, if we don't come up with some counter-argument... And what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Rebel who killed the Doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. Well, desperate is all we got, yo! It's all I've got, so I'm going with it.
Evidence? I suppose it's true that I don't have any.
I knew it. That's so, slim.
But I do have another witness.
You do?
You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice.
That's a fucking lie. That's a big fucking lie from you, Phoenix, right?
And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rebel's guilt.
A new witness. I wonder who it could be. Very well. Bailiff, please summon our new witness. In the meantime, the court will take a brief recess. I would like both sides to use this time to prepare properly. Understood? Aw, man, I thought we were gonna go straight to the next witness. Man, if there was a break in between, I would have just kept going until we got to this part. Wow, I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but... Yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the table on us. It really is the turnabout terror. We can't let him blindside us again.
Looks like they got me again.
Dads, don't be happy about that.
3 times in 1 year. That's a new record.
This man. Dads, please, no more new records or bad puns while you're at it. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is.
Roger that. I'll be more careful next time.
Dads, is what Mr. Wright said true? Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night?
Sure did. Can't remember the exact time, though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. Someone put it in his head that we rebels were dangerous.
I mean, if you call yourself a rebel, you're already kind of labeling yourself as dangerous.
That's why he threw me out. Then I kept raiding his kitchen. I mean, he had fried chicken, for God's sake. How do you expect me not to eat it?
So the doctor was still alive when Dad last saw him. We'll still have to prove it, though. Better brace yourself, son. The next witness's testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Hey, where's Trucy? She went to go see her dad. Maybe she's still mad. We're like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. They got over it in Ace Attorney 5. They'll be fine after this. And that you might leave the agency. Nah! She has an active imagination. I wonder why she thinks this. Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly. Well, let's go see what new testimony awaits us. All right, court is back in session. Mr. Wright, you said you had a witness.
Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand.
Wait, he can't mean that Sarge is here? You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How did you get him to cooperate?
Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. The poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer.
Getting a kid like that to overcome his fear. Now that's impressive. This must be really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand. Let me guess, we're talking to the... Yeah, we're talking to the remote helicopter thing. Oh my!
Sergeant Buck at your service. Sir!
He's here as the drone? Really? Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this?
Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough, and it seems leaving the witness lobby was just too much. But I would still like to continue with testimony delivered via this drone.
I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via a remote-controlled toy? Oh, come on, we've talked to parents in Wales. Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes. There you go, Judge. Just who's piloting this trial anyway? The judge sure weren't up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up. Yeah!
You disappoint me, Corporal Justice! To think I once called you comrade!
Ah!
Defend the man who killed Papa? That's full-on treason, soldier! I hereby demote you back to private!
Corporal? Private? What's he talking about, Apollo? It's a long story. Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster?
Locked and loaded, sir! Ready to rain lead down upon the
Did we not rain
perpetrator!
lead or fake bullets at anybody?
Ha 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 ha!
Twirl his plain stash. I can't even. Alright, here we go. What happened that evening?
Papa met with someone the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground as I'd already mounted by siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated desk getting ejected from the premises. After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped to kill my papa in the study later. I just know it!
So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he?
Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. Rebel.
Objection! Finally, Dats gets to finally say it. Objection! Right, you backstabbing. No good. I didn't kill no one.
It's the enemy! Radio missiles! And fire!
Wait, that thing has missiles? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Capitalist pig! I'll turn you into pork stroganoff! And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon!
Whoa, it fires missiles too? Is this allowed in court? Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice. Oh, why is the judge not saying anything? I know they're fake pellets. Come on. Poor Dats. Anyway, let's talk. Let's press. Your father met with someone. Could you be more specific?
No, I was in the midst of a crucial defensive siege operation.
Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct?
You never know where the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter.
What about, school?
I don't go to boot camp, I'm a soldier! A sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight.
With a kid like this, I bet Dr. Buff won't be getting any rest in the afterlife either. Huh. It was very brave of you to come to the courthouse today. But what was that you said about a siege defense?
Oh, that? Well...
Sarge, I've always wondered. Who or what are you battling?
That's... classified.
Even so, it may be relevant to the case.
I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that.
That's right. Such matters need to be handled with a certain delicacy. Oh, I guess curiosity got the better of me.
You're all talking, no action, soldier! On the battlefield, it ain't a number of pretty words in your repertoire. But the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts.
Easy for you to say. You're the one with all of them. Would the witness please tell this court what he saw and heard that night? What was that argument about?
I heard things like, where's the orb? And are you defiant dragons really criminals? It sounded real volatile, like a war might break out any second.
So the two of them had an argument when Dats came to get the orb. Did you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, I heard them arguing, and then silence.
How was Mr. Rebel acting?
Like a conquered trooper retreating with his tail between his legs.
A trooper? Well, I guess he does dress like he's in the military. I bet those two would have really hit it off had they met under different circumstances. Yeah, I can see that. Aw, they would.
And so the defeated soldier was expelled. But that wasn't the end.
That does seem suspicious.
He kept hiding behind trees and telephone poles and stealing glances at our house.
Well, he couldn't exactly leave without the orb.
I bet he was angry that he'd been kicked out.
But don't you keep your front door unlocked? If so, then anyone could have got in.
That's true. Papa didn't keep our house locked up. He said there was no need because there were only good people in Kurain Village.
Yeah, he ended up dead anyway.
Only a monster could do what they did to my kind, trusting Papa! There will be no mercy! I vow swift and terrible vengeance! I'll carve a body killer with everything in my arsenal! Fire!
While I sympathize with you, witness, you will refrain from firing Gatling guns in this court. Now he says it. So Sarge saw Dats too. And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. I wonder why he hung around after being thrown out. I hate to say this, but if Dats is proven to be the killer, we'll lose the orb to the plaintiff. So our only option is to prove the Defiant Dragons had nothing to do with the murder. Alright, we're gonna do that. So, on the second statement, we're gonna present the drone.
Objection!
Sarge, are you hiding something from me?
How dare you question your superior officer like that? You want to get in on this strong-enough action with Pip-Boy over there, soldier?
Sorry, but I'm afraid lawyers are missile-proof.
What?
Would the defense care to explain? It's simple, Your Honor. Just as he is able to see what is happening in court right now, Sarge was able to see what was happening in the study then. With his cherished drone, of course. Oh, now that you mention it. I just think the answer was right before our eyes this whole time. Like a lot of things in this game. Sarge, you were perfectly capable of patrolling the study that night. So you must have seen something.
Ah! I'm hit! What is this strange new weaponry you're using against me?
Sweat and oil, oh my god. Courtroom warriors don't use guns or missiles because evidence is our weapon of choice. And the evidence has exposed your bald-faced lie. My true barb, Sarge, has stripped your defenses bare.
It's truth bomb? No! Ah! Mayday! Mayday! I'm going down!
Oh my, are you alright?
Evidence. Never have seen such fearsome ordnance.
Tell it to us straight, Sarge. After all, you want to help your father, don't you?
Papa.
Yes, you want to find out who killed him, don't you? So please, tell us what you saw that night.
It's not what you think. I didn't see anything. I swear.
You sure? You seem awfully stressed for someone who didn't see anything.
Ah!
Ah! No Gatling guns, but we still didn't stop the missiles. Sarge! You need to answer my question.
Shut your pie hole, nugget! It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before lowly privates like you orders me around.
What's with him in Siberia, of all places? But if a scorching day is what it'll take, then maybe it's time to turn up the heat. Hey, Athena. You think a therapy session might help? Well, it could help alleviate some of his anxiety. Plus, I'm picking up a lot of discord in Sarge's voice. through a drone, excuse me. That usually means the patient wants to say something but can't for some reason. And in Sarge's case, I imagine whatever's plaguing him is pretty severe. In that case, I leave it to you and your mood matrix magic. You got it. Your Honor, I believe I can be of help here.
Time for a therapy session, is it, Miss Sykes?
Yes, it will help the witness with his anxiety, maybe even enough to testify.
Then by all means, please bring the poor child out into the light of day. That sounds harsh. Oh, but I assume this will be alright with you, Mr. Wright?
No!
Why not? It's not like we all haven't been through this before.
It's extremely, personal.
What are you butting in for, lady? There ain't a place on this battlefield for you!
I beg to differ, Sarge. Miss G.I. Jane's always ready for a fight in the courtroom. And wait until you see what I've got in my arsenal. Analytic psychology. With it, I'm going to blow a big old hole in the armor you've built around your heart.
Ah! First evidence, now analytical psychology? Where are these WMDs coming from? Well, if it's a battle you want, bring it on! You may have started this war, but I'm going to end it, Corpsewoman Sykes!
Corpsewoman.
You got it, Sarge. Time to seek out the agony buried deep in your heart. Brace yourself!
I'm not sure if the testimony is different here, or are we just gonna go through the same ones again?
I stayed in my room with my drone that evening.
Okay, these are definitely new.
I heard Dats and Papa arguing with each other. Dats got kicked out, but I saw him still hanging around outside. I was in my room, so I didn't know Papa was dead until the next day.
So I'm looking for unexpected emotions and unnatural reactions, right? Right, emotions and reactions that don't fit the context of his testimony. If you find one, make sure you point it out to me. Also, remember not to view his emotional reactions in isolation. Sometimes it's important to see how they change from one statement to the next.
Okay, I'll give it a try. So what we're gonna do is on the fourth statement, about he was in his room, he didn't know about Papa was dead. If he didn't know, why is he so surprised?
That's strange. You reacted with shock when you discovered your father's body. You weren't nearly as shocked then as when you saw Mr. Rebel. Normally, you'd expect the death of one's father to be much more impactful.
Enemy fire! Direct hit!
That is strange. I wonder what it could mean. Well, we know he wasn't as affected by his father's death as he should have been. And I think I know why. Oh? Sarge, you weren't as shocked at seeing your father's body as seeing Mr. Rebel because you've already seen the body. Sarge, maybe the truth is you left your room that night, and that's when you saw it, your father's body.
I saw no such thing!
Really? You didn't see his body? Alright then. What did you see? Look, Apollo! We've lost some noise! So, just as I suspected, you really did see something. Sarge, please, tell us what you saw.
Oh, but... The moment I saw it, I couldn't bear it. I couldn't stand to lose yet another loved one.
Huh? Am I missing something here? Is that why you weren't very shocked when you found out your father was dead? Because you had already sensed that he was a goner somehow?
Maybe.
Please, Sarge, what was it you saw on the night of your father's murder?
Oh, God. I saw. Ah! No!
What's happening? I don't like where this is going.
Yeah! No more! No more! Please!
Ah! Help! Oh no, he took Widget!
I've confiscated your little toy! The battlefield has no place for unauthorized equipment!
What? Widget! Apollo, I can't continue this session without him! Calm yourself this instant, witness. I hereby order you to submit to your therapy session. What in blazes?
Look at me! A judge, jury, executioner now! I hereby convene a military tribunal!
This sure is a circus of a trial. Whoa, this has gone way too far. Bailiff, arrest that drone this instant!
Roar!
Stop resisting! Ah! You don't come quietly.
Fire!
Ah! Give Widget back, right? Yeah! Stop the missiles, man! Jesus! Probably should have unarmed this drone before he went in. Phew! Finally got him back. Nice work. This witness is truly a handful.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa!
Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state?
Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map. So his out-of-control emotions are in control of him, huh? Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause? Yes, so let's see what we can find. Sarge, can you hear me?
Is that you, Corpsewoman Sykes?
I'm here. Now I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try it with me. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
In, out. In, out.
And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on, just let it all out.
Whoa! All forces, attack!
That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen.
Dad was still hanging around after he got kicked out when I heard more fighting, and I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room, and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed. If only I hadn't passed out!
So he has two out-of-control emotions, huh? And all we have to do is find out what's causing them to run wild like this. Yeah, whatever the cause, it should appear somewhere in the mood matrix. Let me know if you think you found it. Ugh, easier said than done. Don't suppose you have any ideas of where to start? Well, I would think that Sarge's personality and his past, those are the things that shape a person's emotions. You should be able to find something to work from there. Alright. There was an incident where his mother passed away in the past. So, let's... And that caused a trauma. So this might be where we might need a poke. These flames. Also, I think I need to stop soon. Oops. That's it! Sarge! You were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you?
Was I?
Yes, just 6 months ago. You and your mother were caught up in an arsenic's blaze. And so it's no wonder you would be extremely scared of fire.
Yes, that does make sense.
And maybe, just maybe, your subconscious fear of fire was what caused you to withdraw from the world.
What do you mean, Horsewoman Sykes?
In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at the diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out.
I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes. Just thinking about them sends a chill down my spine.
Wow, the things I take for granted.
Now I see. I was afraid. Afraid of the fire. Strange. I didn't even realize it myself.
About that fire, Sarge, can you tell me what it was burning? Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you.
Oh! I'm starting to remember. It was that relic! That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire!
The orb was on fire?
Mm-hmm. It's still kind of fuzzy. But yes, the orb was burning right in front of Papa. And there, in the flames was... Mama? Yes! Now I remember. I saw Mama appear amid the dancing flames!
Wait, what? Oh, that's not disturbing at all. That's not disturbing at all. No, not a bit. What's going on here? Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. Huh, he might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died. So let me guess, more therapy. Yep, but this time, it seems there's an inconsistency in his statement. I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand. I hope this inconsistency is the key to proving that the relic really is the Founder's Orb. Alright, we're gonna stop here for this and continue talking through this therapy session in the next video. So I'll see you guys then.